Episode 147. Welcome to Steele Nazz, presented by Hedge Better. Tonight, it's vintage Steele Nazz here.
Steele and Nazz.
Everyone else on the IR, DL can't make it this week. Big shout out to Magic Mike and Showtime. Actually gave us, the excuse for why they can't be here tonight.
And that coward, Matt Forbes.
Yeah, I don't even think Anton's even worth the name anymore. I think it's more just Matt Forbes.
Yeah.
Sounds about right with the Forbes.
He had a nickname that was
Forbes family there. A lot on tap here. Patriots losing a hilariously bad game in New York. Is it going to be Jones or Zappe this week? We'll give you a little recap. 5 questions in the NFL. Since the guys aren't here tonight to kind of talk about brass tacks and strip clubs, maybe we'll get a little bit more into it with the NFL, the bullshit talk, I guess.
Yeah,
we'll have our local NFL Week 13 picks. I'm sorry I let you guys down for my game of the week last week. Chargers lost to the Packers week prior. Steele went 3-0 on Thanksgiving.
Someone in this podcast went 3-0 on Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Streets are saying only one did.
One did.
Look at the graphic.
2-1.
Look at the graphic.
Yeah, second place isn't bad. Second place isn't bad. Celtics
it's not first.
Clinched the in-season tournament last night. Pretty cool stuff to watch. In my opinion, I'll give you my take on it. Steele didn't really, tune in too much to
Couldn't make it last night.
The implications, but I'll let him know. Bruins had a 3-game skid. What's going on with his team? Coaches yelling at goalies. Tough to see. Big college football week coming up. Championship Saturday. A lot to be played out for the college football playoff. Glad it's me and Steele here tonight just for, the college football in general. I think we haven't really touched upon that a lot. And I got a little take on the Netflix Squid game came out. More of something that you didn't want to see than your local viewer. But I'll get started right away. Mac Jones, just simply not good enough in the first half. I don't think we should, keep repeating ourselves of how bad he sucks. He looks. Both of those were terrible interceptions when it comes down to it. One was should have took a sack. The other one just crazy. And then Zappe came in, pretty much did the same thing except for that opening drive in the second half.
Yeah, he at least got your hopes up a little bit and then puked on himself instead of just puking on himself right out of the gate.
That was one of the worst NFL games played. On both sides, both teams were pretty bad. You could tell they both had pretty good defenses, and both offenses were just absolute trash.
No, besides take everything out of it, fandom and shit like that. If you wanted the Patriots to hit that kick, to have that game go to OT, you're out of your fucking mind.
I was sitting there with
that game had to die so badly.
I was sitting there with family, and someone says, "Oh, it's about to go to overtime." I was just like, I will do anything for there not to be more seconds in this game, and I didn't have to do shit. He went wide left. Chad Ryland, what a horrible pickup it's been. I don't think this team hasn't scored points to begin with, but he has not looked good so far.
What a great tank job.
Yeah, Nick Folk drilled a 53-yard field goal for the Titans this week. You cut him in favor of Ryland because you drafted him.
Bill was ready for the tank, so we got the good kicker out of here, drafted the suck bag.
This team sucks. Dude.
They suck.
And there's nothing intentional about it.
I know.
Yeah, the running, that's it. The positives of the game were the running backs. Ezekiel Elliott, Stevenson, they came to play. They just couldn't finish drives, and they didn't hit kicks. The bottom line comes to that. Defense on both sides. I thought defense played pretty well against, and you're playing Danny DeVito and the Funky Bunch, but, 10-7 loss, just pretty disheartening, tough to see.
Yeah, got to wear a Giants jersey 3 weeks in a row.
Yeah,
lost a bet.
So what's that bet? So you lost it to this chick and
bartender from New York.
So what jersey did you get?
Saquon, because it was the only one on Amazon, so I got it for free.
Oh, that's big.
Yeah, I was gonna get a DeVito to be funny, but they were $100.
So what's the rule? You gotta wear it to work, or you just gotta wear it during the game?
Sundays all day. Oh, yeah, okay. Pub Sundays. Shout out the Irish pub.
Like pub we do Sundays, every week. They haven't given us shit for money yet, but here we are. Yeah, no, tough to see the Pats go down again, but 2-9 right now.
9. Wretched. Putrid football team.
Kind of pretty good sounds all around the other NFL. I thought that Philly versus Bills game was probably the best game of the year.
Yeah, that was an electric football game. I couldn't imagine watching teams play that good.
Yeah, the Bills, dynasty is already done. The Eagles seem to be, a Super Bowl favorite. They've been down 4 straight going into halftimes and they've won.
A lot of grit there. A lot of grit.
Ravens got the job done. Awful Monday night game with the Vikings Bears. That was all-time bad. I love me some Dobbs, but played like shit there. He was tough.
You got to find something better to do than watch the Vikings Bears. But Dobbs, he had a great run. It's over.
I know, and the coach didn't have his back
story.
after the game. He's like, we're going to reevaluate the quarterback position. After he just won you like probably 3 of the last 5 games.
I mean, in fairness, that coach was unprepared to have his back at all in the first place. So like, so he was just like, all right, this guy finally
They
sucks.
traded him for a 6-round pick, so like literally a washing machine.
Yeah.
I overused that term, but that was a literal washing machine.
But hey, 2 great games.
Yeah, the
Whatever it was.
Thanksgiving was pretty good. Lions get upset, and then kind of business as usual. Niners still a great team. I think you got a matchup this weekend with the Niners, Philly. That should be one for the books. We'll make some picks in a second, but I'm gonna hit us with a quick fast lane 5 NFL questions here, since Magic isn't here tonight to call someone else something. Who's your bandwagon team bottom line right now?
Bandwagon team bottom line right now? It's kind of the Eagles, but I hate that because it's Philly.
Yeah, you got to
take like the mainstream.
You got to take the Philly out of it because this team, I think, is
they're
really
good to watch.
But I think they're a bunch of good dudes. Like I think Hurts, like his story is unbelievable, from having to transfer to colleges to not getting taken in the first round to he's the NFL MVP candidate right now.
And a large factor in it too is also like I actually truly believe they could beat the Chiefs.
Yeah,
which is like none of the other bandwagon teams really do that.
Yeah, I've been bandwagon since day one. The Baltimore
Niners, maybe.
Yeah, Niners definitely. You're talking about just the cream of the crop here.
I know.
Baltimore's coming in. I think Baltimore's a team I'm rooting for.
When you're 2-9, dude, I'm not going to root for a team that's iffy.
Yeah,
I'm not going to root for a team that's
I'm
not going to root for a wild card win, dominance. Dude. Yeah, fuck that.
But I mean, Baltimore's sitting there 8-3. I think they're the top team in the division. They might even be 9-3. I think they're on a bye.
If you want to go the middle of the road, that would probably be the Lions, but that's just an inevitable puke on themselves.
Yeah. Like Lions and Texans are practically like the same thing. Like they're probably not going to do shit, but they might make Detroit should make the playoffs. Houston might make the playoffs. It's starting.
Which was a flaming hot take from me early on. I keep bringing it up, I will keep bringing it up. And then when it finally happens, we'll have the clip.
They got fucking talked to this week by the AFC South reigning champions, Jacksonville Jaguars. Kind of put them in their place. Ended up winning only by a field goal, but Houston looked a little outmatched there.
And it's also Jacksonville. I mean, Jacksonville's like supposed to win that division preseason-wise, but they're very sneaky, doing great, and no one gives a fuck because they're the Jaguars.
Dude, on Houston, I know no one gives a fuck about your fantasy team, but Tank Dell have picked him up, dude. He's been unreal as a rookie. 700 yards.
How are you not going to put up numbers when your name's Tank Dell?
I mean,
how are you not going to put up numbers?
How are you going to do anything?
Tank Dell?
Yeah. Well, what a savage.
Yeah. What an incredible name.
Yeah. Bandwagon teams. All right. Seems pretty fair there. This is a nice shitty question. Team to start your franchise with: Justin Fields, Dobbs, Mac Jones, or Zach Wilson. Like if you're going to start franchise from scratch tomorrow, who's
run it by me again?
Fields from the Bears. I'm not going to go every team.
Yeah.
Josh Dobbs, Mac Jones, Zach Wilson.
Dobbs was the most electric of those 3 players the last 4 weeks.
When I was writing it down, I'm like, how am I going to get this kid to say anything else besides Dobbs? I can't.
Fields maybe, but like Mac, no. Zach Wilson, not. Absolutely
no.
not.
It's process of elimination for me. Like Jones, Wilson off the list. Like Mac Jones, like you see what Brock Purdy's doing in San Fran, and can he do something like that where the talent's all around him? That's still a question mark. I'm not going to say yes here. Zach Wilson has proved that he's not even a player in this league. I don't even think he can even play in the league. Josh Dobbs, since we're going all through these guys, great comeback story, but best athlete on the field out of these 4. Who I know he's 9-27. Which is brutal. But he does play for the Chicago Bears. I'd take Justin Fields. I think he's got the best upside because he can do he's an athlete, move around. All he needs to do is, get his precision passing kind of going.
Yeah, guy got fucking bailed out by a kick against Dobbs.
Yeah.
And Dobbs threw 4 picks. He should have won by 100.
And the Bears kicked 4 field goals.
That's
true. They didn't even have a tutty.
Yeah.
Crazy
See?
shit. If the Patriots are in the top 3 in the NFL draft, who would you like to see them pick?
Drake May. If they can't get Caleb Williams, I just said top 3.
So you said Caleb Williams.
So Caleb Williams, but I mean a quarterback. Like I would take, because like you can't even get, like a lot of people want Marvin Harrison Jr. Like you can't even get him because you can't get him the ball. Like he changes nothing. Like we need so much more than a sick fucking. Like there was so many years where we were dominant and should have taken the sick fucking receiver in the draft, and that would have made us even more dominant. We need fucking everything.
I agree with that, but you just look at all 3 of those guys, May, Williams, Harrison, like who is the most sure thing? I think it's Marvin Harrison Jr. by far. I think you have to roll the dice and go wide receiver in a top 3 pick. I think you can find a quarterback, develop a quarterback down the way, even second round. I know talking about Jaden Daniels keeps climbing up. Bo Nix is probably going to be a top 10 pick. I'm trying to think of other guys. I'm not really big on the Penix guy. I don't think he can throw that well.
Lefty hater. That's all it is.
Well, I mean, you don't like Tebow. I think he kind of throws like Tebow.
Yeah, but he can throw a football 50 yards.
So could Tebow.
That's dude, that's a bold-faced lie. I know that's your guy. That is a lie.
That's not what that's what the choir's singing. But I like
wildly incorrect.
I think if you have a chance to take Marvin Harrison Jr., you take him. He's going to be like a no doubt 1,000-yard receiver guy. Like he turns teams, or like he makes a difference for teams. You look down the stretch. I get
dude. The starting quarterback for us is going to be you.
Yeah, and that's,
you know what I mean? Like, dude, this is we can't take a receiver.
But you're not going to be good next year. Probably going to start getting better the year after. So it's probably
not if you're drafting receivers, fucking top 3.
I think this one guy. This is like having knowing what Jamar Chase was going to be in a top 5 pick. I think that's what you have to take. You don't have Caleb Williams, maybe, but he's even proven college, and I guess it's a small sample size. But he has proven that this is a full, 53-man roster. I get it. It takes everyone to win.
Why I said Drake May first is that guy's a dink. He's already asking for equity. He's just a better, player. He was I want, ownership in the team that drafts me. And it's fuck off, dude. What lawyer told you could fucking do that, man? relax.
I just tend to dig a team a little bit more if they're winning games. USC, not a title contender. UNC, definitely not a title contender.
Yeah, but UNC shouldn't be. That's different.
Yeah, but at least I think
Drew Brees went to fucking Purdue, man.
I know, when it took him a while to develop a couple of these guys. I get the Mac Jones thing. I get these Alabama quarterbacks. Don't look at them because besides, I think Tua's had a pretty good year, but they have talent all around them. But my point,
or Florida State quarterbacks.
Yeah, he's dead.
I could just throw that in there too.
Yeah, Jameis Winston. All right, that guy brings the noise.
Whether
you hate him or not, Jameis Winston brings the fucking noise.
Losers.
All right.
Can't wait to watch them get pumped. We'll get to that, though.
Yeah. Your league MVP after week, 12?
It's got to be Hurts right now. They come back every game.
Yeah, I think Hurts is the easy choice.
But it's got it. Stroud would be the hard choice, in my opinion.
Yeah, you can't give a rookie unless he really.
No, that's crazy. I get that.
But Hurts, for the taking, I do have a Lamar Jackson plus 1,500 bet.
No bias at all. No bias
at all. No, he's third favorite. He probably won't win though because he doesn't have the stats. He's got the W's. They have Dak Prescott up there, and that kind of I get they're winning games or blowing out teams, but they haven't beaten really anyone good. I'm not buying they haven't really beat anyone.
Yeah, but he has led them to fucking pummeling the teams you should pummel.
But their defense,
that's what you got to do.
One of their corners has 5 pick sixes.
He already has.
They dominate
record,
on three phases of the game, not even including the running game itself. And they look
good. They look good. But I'll never pick them as the bandwagon team because fuck them.
I think right now it's Hurts, Mahomes, Prescott, and Lamar Jackson. Those are the top 4 right now.
Yeah, and you could probably flip-flop 3 or 4 if you want. However.
Yeah. No, exactly.
It would be the top 2 and then 3
Yeah,
or 4.
Mahomes is definitely will always be up there unless he really shits
Although
the
they've
bed,
sucked offensively. They're winning. Don't get me wrong. But they're not they haven't been doing what you would expect.
You know what I do get? It was the Raiders last week. They went down 14-0 though, and they climbed right back and fucked them up, which Like, not every team does that. Not every team just flips a switch and gets it going.
No.
Definitely not any team around here. And that led me to the last question of our NFL roundtable here. What team is having the most disappointing season?
I don't know.
The Jets? Nah, it's the New England Patriots. It's crazy because this team was supposed to be a 7-10 win team. I get you're not going to beat, the Dolphins of the world, the Bills of the world, but you're talking about losses to the Giants, the Raiders, the Commanders. I could keep going. There's a couple more teams. The Saints they should have beat. They got smoked.
Yeah.
The Colts. They should have beat all these teams.
Yeah, and the only team worse than us is the Panthers, who fully went in knowing they were going to suck.
Yeah.
Wild move to fire their coach, by the way. That team could have had fucking any coach on the planet, and they would be fucking one and whatever the fuck they are.
Yeah, I can't believe now looking at
Frank Reich's a loser. Don't get me wrong.
They already lost that trade within half a year.
Yeah,
they gave away their top receiver. They're gonna have the kickers. They're gonna have the number 1 pick this year. The Bears.
Mm-hmm.
Now the Bears. If I were the Bears, if you're gonna keep Fields, I'd just flip that again. I feel like what's the number 1 pick, dude? What are you gonna give me?
Yeah, literally, take the world from some shitty team.
Smoke another team, because I think Fields, moving away from the Patriots here, because I'm honestly done talking about with them. The Chargers gonna kill them.
Draft stock. That's all.
Chargers gonna kill them this week. It's over.
And it's not even reverse psychology. It's literally over. They're gonna get killed.
Chargers are favorites by 6 in New England. The Chargers have played some awful football recently. I can't believe their coach hasn't been fired yet.
That guy should have been fired 2 years ago. That guy is a loser.
Yeah, Staley, and he's starting to give it back to the media.
That guy's fucking terrible. That guy sucks.
Absolute clown city. Favored by 6 points. Do you like the Chargers coming in to cover that spread?
That's a tough one.
Yeah,
because our defense might hold it close. They're we are going to lose.
Yeah.
I have absolutely there is no we are going to lose, but our defense might be able to hold it to a field goal.
Tickets are as low as $56. You want to go? No fucking way I'm going to that game.
No.
Couldn't pay me to go to that game.
Say go. No, not a fucking chance.
Couldn't pay me. I'm going.
I think Shawnio asked me to go to that game, and I was like, no.
I'm going to the Bruins Sunday night. I'm going to have a time.
Nice. Fuck yeah.
Playing the Blue Jackets. They just fresh off a tough loss. Might avenge it.
Just might.
But Justin Herbert, this team has too many good players to lose to the Patriots.
100%.
And normally, the past 20 years, we've said the other way. But 6 on the road, they should cover that. I mean, I don't see the Patriots scoring more than 10 points. Team's just awful. Who do you
know
think?
how many defenses would kill to allow 20 points combined in 2 games? We did that at 0-2.
It's just
wild.
Brutal. Who do you think's going to play quarterback Sunday?
I hope I hope they do just a fucking thing.
Trio?
Tryout in the fucking parking lot.
That'd be
Bring in
sick.
some drunk guy, dude. I don't give a fuck.
That'd be awesome.
That's better than the fucking what I've been watching.
Just nailing vapes in between.
Yeah,
models.
give me a hammered guy chucking it 50 yards.
Don't
over
even
Mac
tell them
Jones,
the plays.
dude.
Just say throw it to that guy.
Yeah,
that's what they've been doing the whole time. Yeah, let's throw it to the screen. They said his Zappe's air yards. I think he completed 8 of his first 10 passes. Every single air yard was -3, -4 because he's throwing literally behind him for dump out screens.
Yeah, give me a guy, have him do a 3-step drop, grip it and rip it. But if you get picked off 15 times, sure, that'll be hilarious.
But
take the under.
Debating against the two, I don't see practice every day. I don't know what's going on. But if you're just gonna throw screen passes with Zappe and Mac Jones, not throw anything down the field, why not fuck around bringing Malik Cunningham?
Oh, 100%. No, those two should be done. Those two should be off the fucking roster, practice squad. Those two should not touch the field again.
But I'm just saying, that would just be fun.
Whatever.
Malik Cunningham, just run. Just, every play is just going to be a QB draw, or we're just going to hand off the ball to running
there
back.
should be no controversy. It should just be dude, these two suck. We're on to the next one.
In reality,
fuck it.
Probably start Bailey Zappe. I know Bill doesn't give a fuck. But if you roll out Mac Jones there, and if shit goes sideways the first quarter, that dude's gonna he might get shot.
Yeah, that stadium might fall apart.
Yeah, and if good for people going, is it gonna be a nice day? I don't even think that. 43 and rainy. Yeah, why the fuck would you want to go to that game? Fuck that.
43 and rainy. I can't wait to fucking not even watch it.
Red
You're
zone.
telling me that offense is going to play in the rain?
Scott Anson, dude.
Yeah.
Gets
no.
the people going.
Bailey Zappe while in the pouring rain. I'm good.
Pouring rain.
Good.
Ain't that a shame? We got some picks here. Tough slate this week. A lot of big spreads. I'm going to start. I got Lions on the road against the Saints. Lions favored by 4 points. They haven't played good football the past couple games. I think they're going to get on the right track. I think the Saints pretty iffy. I got the Lions covering here by four. I think they win by a touchdown. Couple games, like a lot of division games here. Colts, Titans, Falcons, Jets. The only big game really is the Niners, Eagles. But what do you got?
Dogs. Got to take the Eagles +3.
+3? That's crazy. They're
dogs. Why do you not take them? And money line, go nuts. They're dogs at home.
Oh wow! Now this is a game I was gonna get into because it's clearly one of the bigger on the slate. The Niners clearly looking like one of the best teams in the league, and the Eagles looking like the best team in the league. A lot of firepower from the Niners. Receiving, best running back in football, great defense. Well, you look at the Eagles, they got an MVP candidate, like I mentioned. They got A.J. Brown on one side, Smith on the other side.
They're definitely the two most complete teams in football.
Yeah, you looked at the Eagles-Chiefs game, that was like a coin flip. It's kind of the same thing. You're saying Niners are going to you're saying Eagles are going to win?
Yeah.
I like that too. I think Eagles going to win at home. I just think that this is the type of thing that until the Niners get I'm looking at these stats though, 2,900 yards, 19 tutties with 6 INTs.
Yeah, no, Brock good.
Purdy's, he's had a good year.
He's not just the biggest game manager. It's a little better than that.
But
he's more of a game manager, but it's a little better than that.
Should be shocked if this isn't the NFC Championship game or from last year. I feel like the Eagles are their big brother until they get beaten. I'm going to take the Eagles at home here. I can't believe they're underdogs by 3 points.
Yeah, that's
someone
what I'm saying.
heard. It's gonna be a nice 425 game. Should be a good one.
Yeah,
get your popcorn ready.
I also kind of like Broncos dogs against the Texans.
Yep,
I know we're talking the Texans, but the Broncos are hot. The Broncos are red hot.
They're playing really good football. Yeah. I think they were 1-5. They were in the Patriots section, and now all of a sudden they're in the playoff conversation. They might even have the last wild card or be right in the hunt there.
They're there. They're on the graphic. I don't know. I don't know exactly where they stand.
Another one to look out for. Falcons coming off a big win on the road against the Jets. Jets have played 5 great teams in a row. Finally playing someone who's kind of iffy. Atlanta, I'd still lay the points, 3 points. I just don't know how the Jets are going to score. They don't have any quarterbacks. And when you make them one-dimensional, when you say, all we got to do is stop Breece Hall. All we got to do is stop Dalvin Cook and we win this game. It just seems pretty easy to me to beat the Jets nowadays, until breaking news today was Aaron Rodgers is coming back to practice.
Yeah, I think the only argument against that would be the Jets defense is still pretty real, and can Desmond Ridder accomplish anything against them?
Yeah, he played pretty damn good last week against the Saints defense.
But rookie quarterback, it's
somewhat.
It's there.
Yeah. I'm not a big correction guy, but I think it's the second year.
Second year,
yeah,
fair. Cincy guy.
Yeah,
whatever.
so good slate on the football spread. Thanksgiving football on the couch all day. Had a nice little beef roast. Turkey was kind of just a side. Turkey's pretty fucking overrated unless you fry it behind a pub.
True. How many vegetables at the Nazz? Fucking
too many. Too many.
Too many.
You had everything. You had the green bean casserole. You name it. You had the mashed potatoes. Dallas game was kind of slow. Who did I have? I had CeeDee Lamb went off. Again, no one gives a fuck about your fantasy team. Move on. And then the Niners kicked ass at night. So
yeah, the first game was hilarious.
Yeah, it was
that game was fucking.
Because it was one of those games you turn on right before you're about to eat or whenever you eat, and you're like, "Wait, that's the score?"
Yeah, because if you looked away, it was like my dad went to go check the turkey or something, and they got the fumble back touchdown. He was "What the hell happened?" He was like, and then there was another fumble before he actually came back in the room.
Yeah, before I move on, I heard some inside information about Quincy, Massachusetts. So before the North Quincy versus Quincy High game. I guess so. The Quincy High coach, forget his name, former Patriots player. First Thanksgiving game for Quincy High. Coach Craig, who's the coach of North. Not his first rodeo. Know what they're doing. North was supposed to have the sideline closest to the big stands.
Yeah.
And that's a huge difference. Mm-hmm. You want that over the stands over there. So the Quincy High coach, I don't know if he didn't know or he was just trying to set his dominance, but took that side. So the coaches meet at midfield, and they're in disagreement. North coach is hey, we're supposed to have that side. Quincy coach, I don't know if he said F you, but basically something that mattered.
Oh, he said F you.
And they started wrestling in the middle
of the field. Really?
I don't think too many people saw it. I don't think too many people caught it. But they wrestled. North ended up kicking their ass. So I'm a Quincy High alum. I kind of if you're gonna sit on this sideline and expect him to just lay down, do not lay down. I give props. I don't condone the wrestling between two coaches in a high school football game, but
stick to your side, pal.
That's the tea I caught during the Thanksgiving. That's a little high school minute here on Steele Nazz.
Yeah, also shout out CM for punching BC High in the mouth.
Yeah,
fuck them.
Lost to Marshfield in the semifinals. Not making the Super Bowl for the first time in 5 years.
Who?
Catholic Memorial. Tough break.
Every run ends. Yeah. See you next year.
Coach Diabasso, great guy.
Still beat BC.
Massachusetts legend.
Still beat BC.
I mean, what else is new?
Wasn't always that way.
Switching gears, the Boston Celtics sitting at 14-4, top of the Eastern Conference. Had a bit of a tough predicament last night in the in-season tournament. So Brooklyn, the Magic, and the Celtics all 2-1. The tiebreaker, if they all won, was the point differential. So Orlando beat the brakes off the Celtics, so they had a 22 differential. Brooklyn had an 8, and the Celtics had 0 going into the game. So the Celtics needed to win by 23 points, and to have Brooklyn win by less than whatever the figure is, 15, 16. It happened. Celtics won by 27, I believe, and Brooklyn won by 12. So they covered it by 6 points. But if you didn't watch the game, it was absolutely nuts. So they're up by 30 points in the third quarter. You would think they bring in their bench players for the fourth. Oh, no. We're going for this. We're doing it. They started, intentionally following Andre Drummond, who now plays for the Bulls. They're hacker Drummond.
Oh, yeah. One of the best guys to do that too ever.
Coach had to go up to Coach Donovan on Chicago and be like, hey, this is why we're doing this and that. They kept Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown out there to probably a minute left. And they're up by 30. So think if you're in a I thought it was pretty cool because you've never seen it before, but how long will the coolness last? That's my thing. Are these games going to be more important? Are people going to pay attention more in the first game now so you don't have to clean up the slack the last game? I thought it was cool how they had to keep guys in, dynamic, but I think as the tournament goes along, I think it's going to get annoying.
Yeah, and it all depends team by team kind of too. You can't guarantee every team would do that because of the in-season tournament. Missoula's pretty fucking intense. That dude is not if that guy needs to win by point differential, that guy's going to fucking win by point differential. Yeah, he said some teams might be
they had a designated guy on the bench to look at games, and I guess he went up to him in the fourth quarter and was like, "Hey, we gotta go. We gotta go get this."
And it's also it could definitely be the NBA being this is the first season. Take this fucking seriously.
Yeah,
right? That could definitely be a thing.
But
I
mean, if I'm Jason,
they get what? They get $500K, a player.
Yeah,
or something?
A player. So if I'm Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, only reason I would give a shit is because of my teammates, Jeremy. The Stevens guy on the bench, the Sam Hausers. Yeah, those guys want the $500K.
100%.
The other guys wouldn't give a shit.
No, Jason Tatum's in Subway commercials and shit.
Good to see them move on. Porzingis was out last night. Seemed not to be a problem. Drew Holiday, great on both sides there.
He had a great game.
They begin that guy Banton in more. That guy's huge, and I didn't realize he was a guard. He's 6'8".
Love that.
He's like number 45, just drained. I didn't even know who he was till I think he started playing with the bench, like when they would come in and he was dominating. So he with Porzingis out last night, he got some rotation work. Like it's the bench is usually, it's Hauser, Pritchard, those guys. Cornette plays a lot. But great to see. They're going to be playing Indiana next Tuesday on the road, so that's how it goes. So the Bucks play the Knicks. The winner plays in Vegas in the semis, and then the winner of that plays next Saturday in Vegas.
So we play the winner of that game, Bucks Knicks.
If we win.
Yeah.
And then the other side, it's like Kings.
Lakers are in there, I saw.
Yeah, it's Kings, Suns, and I think Lakers, Pelicans.
Well, the Kings had a crazy game last night. They were down like 20 or something.
And they came all the way back.
Versus the Warriors.
That team's all business.
Like the beam.
Yeah. Big fan of the Warriors. Like, I like Steph Curry, but all those guys can fuck off. After the finals, how Klay Thompson acted, not a fan.
Yeah, which was weird because you never expected to hate Klay Thompson.
Yeah, the guy's
because I think I heard it. I don't know if I heard him speak for like the first 12 years of his career, or however many fucking years. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just forced to be reckoned with though. Probably future Hall of Famer.
Oh yeah, dude, he's the second best shooter ever, probably. Like fucking, you know what I mean? Steph, then him, maybe Ray Allen above him. That's about all you got.
Eddie House for 3. That's my guy. Looking good.
Maybe.
Tough game for the double dribblers the other night. We had a chance to win third place, and we didn't win the other night. My rec team went down.
Reeks of fourth place.
0 for 7 from the field.
I'm sure. I'd expect nothing less.
3 fouls, though. Yeah, gotta count. Gotta count for something.
What a player.
Yep.
What a stud.
Guys,
can't coach that.
Guys who haven't been playing well, the Boston Bruins, after starting off
dark days,
14-1-2, we have now lost 3 in a row. Red Wings have kind of owned them. Now they pick up Patty Kane.
You do hate to see that.
Rangers took them apart. And then upsetting last night, I haven't seen the Blue Jack. Yeah, 7-12-4. That's inexcusable to go down to a team like that. Just seems like they're relying way too much on their goaltending. Defense, getting lost there. Even on the shorthander, and I watched a little bit of Saturday's game. They let the guy pick off the pass, put it top shelf. That stuff can't happen. And then there was no bump in the road last year until you got to the playoffs. I'm actually glad something like this is happening.
Little adversity. Let it happen now.
Let it happen now. Fight adversity. I mean, they're still 14-4-3. They're 3 points ahead of the next team in the Atlantic Division.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any reason for panic. But I do think they need to, when we're going to talk about the deadline, for weeks to come. But, they need more forwards. Patriots has been good, but is that guy going to, help carry your second line? Can anyone else, be the guys besides Pasternak and Marchand? Pavel Zappe, I think, had a pretty good year so far. Charlie Coyle's double-digit goals already.
Yep.
He just always seems to be in the right spot.
I mean, what makes it really, worth... if this was a 3-game skid of fucking 2-1 losses, it'd be whatever. Couple tough games, whatever. They've given up fucking 17 goals, 15 goals, 17. I think it was 5-5-7, 17 goals.
Yeah.
In 3 games. That's bad.
That's really bad.
That is not.
You can't do anything worse than that.
That's not losing 3 games in a row, 2-1. That is you can't give up 17. Whoever the worst team in the league is probably let up less goals than that in their last 3 games. You know what I mean? You got to play better than that.
Yeah, I just feel on,
that's all around.
All phases of the game too. It's not one thing's bad. I think the last 3 games, it's in pretty much everywhere. Lack of goals scored outside. I mean, the New York game, they kind of scored a couple at the end of the gamers. That's how they got the 4. But I think the bottom line is you need to get to a better start. You got to get off to a better start here. Even I'm not a big shots on goal guy, but if you look at those shots on goal, I mean, it's pretty significant towards the other team. Telling me one thing, that they're getting outplayed. Again, they're relying on their goaltending too much, and it's good to see them spread out the more goaltending nights. I think Olmark's getting more of the pole here, but Swayman's right there. And one
thing that I think worked for them, but it's hurting them the last 3 games, is the they're relying on the goalie. Their defense, the defensemen have been so aggressive. But like a lot of those goals, you're seeing a lot of breakaways in these games. You're seeing a lot of them behind them. Like it's like you're still a defenseman. Like pinch, like do that. Don't get me wrong. It obviously worked. Like again, Sky not falling that bad. You're top of the division. You're still like the best record in hockey, if not the second best. I don't know the exact standings, but you're right there. But you gotta play defense too.
Yeah, it's weird.
You got turnovers in the defensive end too, and it's just like you're setting them up.
Once that Charlie McAvoy penalty / suspension happened, team kind of went down a little bit. I think he's probably their best. Yeah, not easily their best overall defenseman.
Oh yeah.
They are pretty deep for defensive pairings in the NHL, but I think we need to see more of it. They're Thursday night. They're gonna be hosting San Jose. They're on the road Saturday night against Toronto, and then a back-to-back. I will be in the building at home against Columbus.
So the house on Columbus?
Yeah, definitely the house. I think you need at least 2 or 3.
Nazz in the building.
I think you got to take at least 2 or 3 there. I'm kind of circling that Toronto game. Maybe that will get them out a little bit.
I'd like to take 3 there because I don't think you should even like San Jose is a college hockey team.
Yes.
You should beat that shouldn't be we should be over that.
Yeah. No, I get they should go
3-2.
Yeah.
Versus the other 2.
I get they should be 3-0, but I said I'll take 2-1.
Yeah.
Take 2-1. Yeah, at home, that's kind of weird. So they go to Toronto and then they come right back. It's a lot of traveling, kid. A lot of traveling.
Private jetting, too bad.
Yeah. Speaking of traveling, we haven't really got down to the brass tacks of college football. It's finally getting to the go time. Conference Championship Saturday, College Championship Friday. That might be the game of the weekend, in my opinion.
Huge weekend.
So the top 4 teams right now with Michigan's big win over Ohio State, Georgia at 1, Michigan at 2, Washington at 3, and Florida State at 4. Bottom 4 are Oregon, Ohio State, Texas, and Alabama. You think they have it right now?
Yeah, I'd say so. As much as I hate Florida State being in there, they deserve to be in there undefeated.
Yeah.
Their quarterback got hurt, which, they're not the 4th best team, but, how can you take down the undefeated team in the ACC championship?
Yeah, what do you look at? Do you look at, they deserve it because they're undefeated? Or, maybe Oregon or if Ohio State play them, they kick the shit out of them? I think you should look at that way more.
I think you can't look at that. I think you got to let them play.
You got to let them play?
That's why the team's there. The ranking, dude, if the ranking worked the way you just said, it's Georgia, Michigan, Alabama, Ohio State every year. Yeah, none of it matters. There shouldn't be 133 teams in the league. It should be those 4 in the finals every year from what you just said.
Yeah, I get it to a point. Alabama wouldn't be a top 4 of the team this year, but I do get what you're saying. I think Georgia...
none of the season matters if it's the way you're saying.
Yeah, to a point. I just think the ACC is pretty weak.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. With what you just said, it shouldn't exist from what you're saying.
Well, they shouldn't be a Power 5 school, a Power 5 conference.
They are. That's
they shouldn't be. They shouldn't be. I think top 2 are pretty much locked in unless Iowa or Alabama pulls an upset. Georgia's been the best team all year.
Georgia's locked in.
They locked in.
Iowa beating Michigan would be sketchy for Michigan.
Yeah,
they'd have to be on the edge of their seats on the selection day.
Oh, definitely. I think those are locks. And then Oregon, Washington is a winner in.
Yeah, playing.
Oregon favored by 9.5 in that game. 9.5. They lost to them.
Yeah.
Bo Nix,
in a wild game too, so
he's had a good year, but I remember the old Bo Nix.
No, I'm a Bo Nix hater. Bo Nix has been great this year.
He's probably the Heisman.
He could. Jaden Daniels has put out a strong fucking.
You know what? This might be like the Heisman because Penix is in there too. If Penix goes off, it could be him. It's crazy that we're still having this talk of the Heisman.
And I love it because it's been a while since a good Heisman
a race. Yeah. Well, it was someone has to win it, and then it's all right, Oregon and Washington actually having pretty sick years.
Yeah, they're still up there. The Pac-12 has had a fucking resurgence year, big time.
I just looked at Colorado's schedule. I'm okay, when they were they started 3-1. I'm all right, they're playing USC, Oregon, Utah, I'm like, Washington State is good. They gave Washington a good game last week. All those teams are good.
Yeah, and you couldn't hate on them too much early either because not this year, but historically speaking, Pac-12, you're just waiting for Washington, Oregon, and USC to crumble and choke versus Stanford or something, blow their whole season.
Yeah. You're just
that's just what they that's usually how they do it. They didn't this year. That's why 3 versus 5 is Washington, Oregon. But that's how it usually goes.
Yeah. Out of all, I guess that's an unfair question because it's pretty easy. I give Louisville a pretty good chance upsetting Florida State. Florida State not having their Jordan Travis there, quarterback. Louisville has had a great season. That their defense has been great. I forget they beat Notre Dame. Beat a bunch of teams down the road. They've beaten every single that they. Bottom line, are deserving of being in the ACC championship game. Sitting at 10-2. Tough loss at Kentucky last week. Is that what happened?
I think so.
Yeah,
I didn't.
I think very winnable game for Louisville. I think if it's even close, who knows? Who knows what the committee's going to do? No idea.
I think Florida State will need a fairly good win. I don't think winning by 3 helps you at all.
Yeah.
I think they need a pretty good one.
Ohio State's kind of fucked because they can't do anything.
No, yeah, they're screwed.
They're done.
All they can pray is Oregon loses and Florida State loses, and then you stand a prayer.
If Texas wins the Big 12, they're going to hop Ohio State. If Alabama beats Georgia, what the hell is that's going to be the biggest one.
No, that's the biggest game changer of them all.
Because I don't even think the committee knows what they would do. You would have to put them in the top 4. I'm an Alabama guy. You would, if you beat the best team in the nation and you have 1 loss, you deserve to be in.
Especially with Georgia. Georgia, you were saying, Georgia's an absolute, Georgia, even if they lose that's their first loss in 3 years.
By the way,
Georgia's in the top 4.
By the way, can we talk about this 4th and 31 against Auburn?
No.
That was one of the greatest plays I've ever seen. And what a complete, you let that guy go out on the left side there. That was crazy.
After the kick 6, it was just a matter of time before the football gods were like, Auburn, you're going to have a heartbreaker.
It's been 10 years. They were hyping it. They had that little video of it. And I was just wow, they're going to lose to Auburn. That's crazy. And they won.
That's a huge one. That's one of the bigger games in all of sports that throw the records out the window.
Yeah, no.
That game's going to probably
always
be close. Yeah.
But now, if you're Alabama, Nick Saban, you're kind of feeling all right, now we got to make that win count. We got to go in wherever they're playing, SEC championship, probably in New Orleans or Athens.
Yeah,
Georgia,
one of those
whatever.
2, I'd assume.
Going to be a good one. I got Georgia winning there. I don't think that's too much of a call there, but my upset special is Louisville. I think they're going to take down Florida State.
I think Louisville can do it, and then
Texas, Oklahoma State. I don't even think Texas will get in if they win. I think Texas is kind of fucked.
If you get a convincing victory and a Washington win and a Florida State loss, you got a chance. You got to jump Ohio State, so you would have to win. They would have to pummel Oak State.
Yeah.
They would have to make a statement and kill them. But you'd stand a chance with that.
Yeah, so Florida State, Oregon lose.
That 4th spot is the only one up for grabs if everyone wins.
Yeah.
Well, if nothing crazy happens, because that one, 3 if Oregon wins, 3 is Oregon. They just flop.
How about this? Can Washington get in if they lose?
No,
I don't think so either.
No, that game is a play-in. The winner of that game is in the playoff.
I think Oregon is probably a top 3 team in the country. I think they're.
Both of those teams deserve to be there.
They should be the number 3, but they got to put their money where their mouth is. I mean, they've been beating the shit out of teams this year. When I'm thinking, it's Oregon, 10 o'clock game, probably going to be close, and they beat the brakes off some teams. They made Caleb Williams look like a little leaguer out there.
Yeah, that was a massacre.
Yeah, Missouri's had a good year. Just great year of college football, I think, again.
I hope Missouri pummels whoever they play in a New York 6 New Year's 6 bowl game. I hope they kill them.
That'd be sick. Army, Navy, and at Gillette next week. Any interest?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Army, Navy.
Go Navy.
Go First Army. Team that passes wins.
Nice.
Give me a touchdown.
I don't want to see one pass.
No, it's got to be a touchdown. You got to call one pass as either team, but you got to call it correctly, and it should be an easy touchdown.
Easy enough. Anything else on the horizon tonight? Oh yeah, I watched so I thought it was gonna be like the Americanized version of this. You watched Squid Game on Netflix?
But I have seen like the original. I have not seen.
So like I was watching it thinking it was like I didn't read the description. I just thought it was gonna be like the Americanized one, like you know how they do for everything.
Mm-hmm.
So they start that. If you follow Squid Game, you know what I'm talking about. That red light, green light thing.
Yeah.
So they start doing it, and I'm like, all right, like if the girl turns around, like you're dead, and the lady turned around, and people just got like a paintball at them, and I'm like, oh shit, it's like a reality TV of it.
Oh, okay.
And it was it was horrible. Like I was looking for people to die. Like that came out for people to die. That didn't come out to be like a challenge. Like I turned it off after that. I can't imagine if you go deeper in it, you know, like how like if the panel like breaks, like you fall all the way down. Like what happens there? Like you just like
fall in a net.
It turns red, like you lose. Like they're like, what kind of bullshit is that, dude?
Nazz.
they're like, oh, season 2 is coming out next year. I'm like. I'm good. Like I want to see some people die. I want to see some crazy TV. I want to see some crazy TV.
Nice catch.
Oh.
So what?
Crazy stuff.
1 to 10?
Like negative. I turned it right off. Shit was awful.
Tough scene.
I gotta get. Someone's gotta give me a recommendation for a nice little TV show, because I've watched enough Sopranos reruns. Netflix hasn't really brought out any shit. I have been watching last couple nights. Barstool's doing their own like Survivor. Like
I've seen that like on Twitter. I haven't like watched it.
I only watch like it's like an hour and a half, so I like watch bits and pieces, and then they do like you watch Survivor, like they do like the scroll at the end.
Yeah.
And then like someone like has a immunity and they pull out at the end. I think that's a cool aspect of it. I think they've done more, but they're doing it with like D guys like Prez and Big Cat are all in it. Kirk Manahan's in it. He's the most electric guy there.
As it usually is in most settings.
The guy Jeff Lowe, who is like the host.
I'd assume he's hosting.
He somehow like the other team found out of the like activity like 2 hours before, so they got the plan for it, and Kirk Manahan was pissed because his team lost because they didn't know about it. And he was just screaming the entire time that they were doing the scroll thing at Jeff Lowe. And then after, you know how they do like trivia and like Jeff Lowe hosts it? Kirk Manahan announced his retirement, said, I can't do it in front of this guy anymore. I'm like, this guy's fucking like unbelievable.
That's awesome. Fuck him.
Awesome. Well, we'll wrap up here. Episode, I think 147 in the books. Want to give a big shout out to Slight Edge Fitness and Performance. It's the winter. It's not beach season yet. Can be if you get down to Miami or Tampa, but if not, stop by 101 French Avenue in Braintree. Free consultation, get it done. Also, the law office of Patrick J. Foley. If you need help, he's got you.
If
more real estate and stuff. Let's be careful there. Episode 147 in the books. Steele Nazz. That's it.
Go Chargers.
Go Chargers. Wow. The new year is almost here, and if you're looking to shed off some holiday pounds before beach season, well, look no further and head on down to Slight Edge Fitness Performance, located at 101 French Avenue in Braintree, Massachusetts. Owned and operated by our guy, Quincy legend, Craig Kelly. You will be assured that you are getting the best training around. They believe in only the highest standards of physical fitness training and have been leading the charge at their state-of-the-art fitness facility since 2020. Their staff is actively enriching the lives of members and creating a community of like-minded people who love being healthy and strong. They're helping you to get in shape and teaching you how to maintain your health and fitness. Group fitness classes as well as one-on-one personal training sessions are available. Make sure to visit slightedgefit.com and also follow them on Instagram at slightedgefitness and set up a consultation today. If you're looking to get back in shape or trying to get a slight edge on the competition, this gym is for you. Check out Slight Edge Fitness and Performance, located at